Hey guys, it's Mo. So today I have for you a planner stamping video. I actually just got these in the mail from Studio L2E. This is the first order I placed with Studio L2E, and you get them in these little like envelopes. This little plastic guy was kind of tucked in, if I can get it to go back in, tucked in like this. So it's not like a sealed cello bag, but it just has an envelope, and on the back it has some information about your stamps and how to store them, how to use them, etc. So I got the Headliner Basic, and I really like these stamps because it says at the top Headliners Basic, so I know what what stamp set I'm using. I think that's really cool. And I also got the Iconic set, and I really like this because it has this laptop and I can use these icons in my personal size planner. It's gonna be super cool. So I do have my planner stamp collection over here because this is going to be a planner stamping video today. I want to show you various inserts in my shop and stamping in them and how it looks in them and everything like that. I'm going to be just using black ink today because that's what I like to use. I like this to be my personal size planner, I like to be a very like black and white style thing. I went away from my no white space planning in my personal size planner just to be able to actually, I felt like I was getting way too overwhelmed. So it's different for everybody, but I'm also going to be using a planner stencil I made, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. Maybe if I lay it down like that. Yeah, this is a planner stencil I made. I either do have or I will have a tutorial up on planner stencils in your making it with your Cricut Explorer. I just used some 5mm laminating pouches and I ran it through my laminator with no paper in it, and I cut it out on my Cricut. I put some washi tape on the edge and punched it and cut slits in it so I could pull it in and out of my personal size planner. So I want to show you today just some tips and tricks that I have learned. The first thing I want to share with you is actually how these planner stencils work. I'm also going to be demoing the Michaels planner stencils. Let me see if I can get my stuff out here. You'll need an acrylic block, which I don't blame you if you don't really know how these stamps work because they seem a little bit confusing. Like you would think, well, how do I use these stamps? They're all on this little thing. What you do need is an acrylic block. I have this one and I put washi tape around the edge so I don't lose it because it is clear. Whoops. And I also have this smaller one that actually came with the Michaels Recollections planner stamps, and I like this one just because it's smaller and I don't feel so chunky stamping with this. I like this because it's smaller. And the ink I like to use recently is this Versa Magic chalk ink. This is not going to bleed through your paper as bad. This is just regular weight copy paper that I'm using, like the cheapo 20-pound I think copy paper. Some other places you can find stamps. These are from the $1.50 or dollar bin kind of things at Michael's. So these two were really, really affordable. Then I have some, this is all sort of in some of this. I got new stamps since I did my collection video. This is from Marion Smith. These are from Studio Calico. You can see those more in depth in my planner stamp collection video. And then these are also from Marion Smith, and I like them because they are little BB tiny icons. So I don't know if I should show you stamping in like a personal or like a monthly. I'm going to anyway. So this is from Marion Smith, and it comes with these numbers here. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see that those are numbers. It comes with those numbers here. The Recollections planner also comes with numbers, but they suck. All these other stamps are pretty okay, but the numbers, they aren't as stiff as they could be to really give you what you need to have. So you'll need your block. What you do is you just peel off the stamp. Normally I lay it flat. These are so tiny. I lay it flat like this. Boop. And then I take my block and put it on there, and now it's attached to the block. I clean my stamps by stamping them off on a spare piece of paper, so I'm just going to use this old insert over here. So I take my ink here and ink up my stamp. You see it's getting ink on it. This isn't the best example because I've already used this one. And I also do like a test stamp to see how I like it. I don't really like these numbers because they have hearts around them, but you know, you just do it like that. Stamp your little numbers. You can go all the way around, everything like that. The thing I do like about, and then I just clean my stamp off by doing that and stamping it over there. The thing I do like about these is that you get, if I can show you here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, 19, 23, 27. You get them all put together. You don't have to put a 1 and a 2 to make a 12. So I really like that about these Marion Smith stamps, and that's also what I like about the Michael's Recollection stamps, but they don't stamp very well, and I will show you. Let's pull off one that I haven't used before. This is the number 20, and I'm gonna be really mad. I don't know if you can see how boingy these are compared to those other ones. They are very rubbery. I believe like these are like a high quality like photopolymer kind of thing, and I think that these, I'm not 100% sure, I don't know, but these are very squishy. I feel like they're more rubbery. So we can ink up this stamp. I haven't even prepped this stamp yet though, and it's getting kind of blurry around the edges, so I'm gonna do a test stamp. That one worked out okay. The smaller numbers, I feel like they don't really work out that well. I'm using such a light pressure with this as compared to what I would use with the harder stamps. There's a difference. You're gonna, honestly, you're gonna have to pick them up and feel them for yourself. They definitely can work. They're just not, they're very boingy. Like you can see, hopefully you can see that shadowing sort of right here on this one, right there. It's just, that's the same amount of pressure as I pressed on that, and it just seems, I don't know, not as crisp. So I'm gonna go in with a smaller number, like a number that doesn't have a lot of surface area here. You can totally get these to work. There's no problem with that. I'm gonna go in with this 6 that I tried to get to work earlier and was not satisfied with. They're just very boingy. You can see how squishy they are. So I'll stamp that up. I'm gonna do a test stamp over here. My dog. Okay. See how like blotchy it is? They're okay stamps. They're just not the greatest. You're not going to get a really good image with them. I like them. I definitely use them in my planner, but the numbers just aren't for me. So we have those. Whoops, my 20 is getting all messed up. I will do a stamp for you with this checklist, this like heart checklist right here. I mean, okay, actually let's do this as if we were actually using for a monthly. So you have all these icons, and the thing I like about the Marion Smith stamps is how small they are. So you can have a weather, there's a little like plane, there's a money sign, there's Instagram. They're just so small. So you could even take, if you're using a personal size, there's not a lot of room. Let's compare the planes from, this is another one from the dollar spot kind of thing at Michael's, just so you know. I'm not going to compare too many sizes. We'll just compare the size of the plane from the Recollections planner. So this is the plane from the Recollections planner, and I have not used this plane yet, or the Recollection stamp. I have not used this plane yet. So what I have learned is you need to kind of scuff it up so it picks up the ink more evenly. So I just take an eraser and kind of scuff it up a little bit. It doesn't really add any scuffs. It just roughs up the edges, I guess, if you will, or roughs up the surface area of the stamp to allow it for the ink to pick it up better. So I have that inked up. So we'll put that there. There's a plane. So that's the Recollections planner plane. And then I want to show you how small in comparison the Marion Smith icon stamps are. And I will leave all these stamps, if I can find them, linked down below. And these are much more stiff than the Recollections ones. Let's see if I can even get to the plain. The plain. So this baby tiny guy right here is the plain from Marion Smith. And I haven't used this one either. So I'm going to rough him up too. And I like to stamp him off to if I get any like residue from like eraser poop or whatever. So we have a plain. Like, look how freaking tiny that is in comparison. So I totally put my finger on that. So like if you're using a personal size planner and you need to mark a lot of things, these Marion Smith stamps are super great for that. They're so tiny. There's like weather, and I mean, I already listed all this stuff. Date, notes, today, month, blog. It's great for personal size days, personal size months, things like that. Let me stick this plain back here. And you do also get some letters, so that's really cool. I like that. Those are the ones that I would recommend using in, or even, you know, some Studio L2E icons. Those are okay. Let's see, we'll try this little credit card here, see how big he is. You can also ink your stamp like this. I don't honestly know why I just did that, because I haven't been doing that recently. So then we have that inked up, and you just stamp it down. So you can use a lot of these icons in your monthly layout, in your weekly layout, things like that. So let's put this guy back. And I'll move on to, let's move on to this horizontal layout. This is what I'm using right now. And what I like to do is to use my stencil to create areas of things. So what I will do is, let me find here, I guess I could have done this in a plan with me style, but I just wanted to, I don't know, show you stuff. What I'll do is I'll take this is from Studio L2E. It is like a meetings kind of planner stamp. My dog is chewing on her bone or something. So I like to take this lined, I think it might have had some ink on it, lined stamp set here. And I've taken like these today's goals or something. That's what I should do first. Take that off. I'll put today's goals. I have been using to do, but I'll take today's goals. And I don't know, these $1.50 ones are much more high quality than the ones that you can get, I think, for like $8 or something from Michael's. I still really like these. If you're getting into planner stamps, you should pick these up, because you can get these with a coupon, and these can be your first planner stamps. They're definitely an okay quality. So we're gonna put that on there. I'm gonna scuff this up. My dog's chewing on her bone. She's got to be behind me when I'm freaking planning all the time. So then just ink it up here. I ordered this ink off of Amazon. I will have it linked below. Let's see. I don't think I'm inking that up very well. Okay, that looks a little bit better. So I'm probably going to get ink all over this page. So we can go today's goals. And then take our checklist stamp. And just stamp it right under there. And then you have that. And then what I've been liking to do is, I'm gonna do this a little bit. It does bleed through a little bit, but not as much as like a pigment ink, I think is what it is. I like these in my inserts. These are my inserts this week. Let's see here. And whoa, I just set it on the ink pad. Of course I did. And I still feel like I can stamp on the other side of this. I'm not incredibly disappointed in the bleed through. If you had a higher quality of paper, you totally could achieve a no bleed through look. But we're just doing with what we got. So I've been liking to take these hexagons and marking off like chores. So I will take my pen and draw in my hexagons. I do like 2 because one is for chores and then one is for work, which is what I consider like my blog, Etsy, and YouTube stuff. Whoops. And I will take a stamp, especially these from these chore stamps from Studio L2E. Nope, from Studio Calico. And let's see here, I'll peel this guy off. I'm gonna put him over. You do also get ink all over yourself, so you might want to have a baby wipe or just be careful. Use this vacuum, ink him up here. And I'll stamp him in this section. And then I got the icons from Studio L2E mainly for this computer because in my planner, the sticker I use to denote blog work is a little computer, and I don't have a stamp that in my mind denotes blog work. I use icons, like some people use color coding, and I'll leave down below an anatomy of a no white space planner layout that I wrote on my blog because I use icons and space as coding for me, like rather than color. So this I know represents clean the living room, and this I know represents work on the blog work. So it can be a pink color, it can be a green color, it can be yellow. As long as it's a computer, I know it's for blog work. So that's why I got this, because I really like that. And there's just, you know, cute stamps in here. So that's sort of how I use stamps in my horizontal layout. I also have a stencil here of cups, and I have a big old tumbler at my work that I drink. 3 of them is, I think, the equivalent of what you're supposed to be drinking in a day. So I just trace these cups, and as long as I drink 3 cups at work, then I am good. You know, use other planner stamps for various other things. One thing I do want to talk about is these layouts. If you have a vertical layout here and have a stencil like this, and if you're thinking about making a stencil, you can actually make a stencil box that is small enough, let me see if I can get this in frame, is small enough or the size of like a little things. Whoops, I kind of knocked it, little box. So you can do that, and then I love the size of these Marion Smith stamps to do that. So I'm going to take this little TV, I'm going to take my block, that is sideways, that is not what I wanted to do. Boop. Gonna take my eraser and scuff it up a little bit. That just helps the ink again adhere. Ink this guy up and stamp him in the little things box. Isn't that cute? That's just freaking adorable to me. They're not 100% perfect. You probably could make your stamp, I'm sorry, your stencil a little bit larger, but I think it's so cute. So then you can also have something that's like a half box. I keep getting my stuff in ink. You can, you know, take a half box like this. I guess this is more of a quarter box. Draw it like that. I'm getting ink everywhere. And then I also, in my own stamping, made a smaller one. It's not perfectly aligned, but you can do it like this. And it's like an outline, and then you could stamp something in there. I don't want to use the same. We'll use this birthday one from Studio L2E. Boop. Stick that back on there. And then you can use this birthday cake guy. Ooh, there's a gas pump. I just love this. Like I don't have a gas pump anywhere else in my planner stamps. So use the birthday cake, scuff it up a little bit. And obviously you can use whatever color you want. I mean, you don't have to use black and white. I just use black and white because that's what I like to do right now. And you have birthday cake, and you can mark it as somebody's birthday. You know, you can use this guy here says don't forget, if I can peel him off. Oh my gosh. Come on. Ugh. Whoops, I still got a birthday cake. Scuff this guy up. You can even use like stays on. I think that works on washi tape really well. So ink up our don't forget guy. I'm not doing a very good job with this, and put that right there. Don't forget, make a list. You can also take a sticky note. I'm going to use one that I have handy. Take a sticky note and mask off like this, and then also use this 3-line checklist guy that we had here. Attach him to your block, ink him up. I like to ink him up all the way just in case I accidentally don't have enough ink on there. And then I'm actually going to mask this off a little bit more into the box, like that. And stamp your lines down. And then you have a checklist in your box. I think that's super cool. I like to do that too. A lot of stamp sets come with these lined checklists here. Like this one I think fits in a 1.5 inch box. This is from the Marion Smith. Oops, there's a dog here. The Marion Smith planner stamps. Is that inked up well? Yeah, this fits pretty much in there like that, and then you can use an icon or something to mark off. Like we can take this little heart that's in the middle of this circle. It has a little, actually, it has a little thing on it. We could use that heart. I like to actually take, so I like to take this little circle guy from this set. Oops, you can't even see that. It's a little circle. It's just that. And use him as like a check mark. So that one was really hard because they're really hard to lay straight up. So I just took my block and kind of rolled it over it and picked it up like that. I saw some ink left on it from before. Ink it up a little bit and then do like that. And then you have your checklist. Obviously we could have moved that, or I could have moved that down a little bit and made the checklist a little bit better. So yeah, I think that's it for what I really wanted to show you all with working with your planner stamps. I think that planner stamps are a great investment, and I was gonna say, because you don't have to keep rebuying stickers, you don't have to keep doing that. But just like with any other planner addiction, I guarantee you, you will say, I'm going to buy planner stamps so I don't have to do that. And then you buy more and more and more and more and more planner stamps. So, like I said, you get a little bit dirty, but I think these little icons, and I especially like the Marion Smith ones because they're so small. There's like a little camera, TV, Facebook. I love the Instagram. That's one of my favorite ones. And you know, you can even get these for really affordable. This is from Michaels. These are from Michaels. You can even, I will leave a link down below to some alpha stamps that I made using some of these like block stamps from Michaels and like their dollar spot thing. And I also have some of these little icon ones that I got from Hobby Lobby. And there's these that you can get at Michaels as well, that have icons on them too. And this is from this is actually a really great stamp set. I love this stamp set from, I don't know if you can get any more, from the dollar spot at Target. And these are all my most used stamps. So like this E that's sticking up here, I use this to mark Etsy in my planner because I'm used to Etsy being marked with an E in my other planner with stickers. So, but I will leave a link down below to show you how to make these kind of planner stamps, where this one is coming off, where you just use alphas and you washi tape them together, and now you have a stamp that you can stamp as a header for something, and it can say clean on it. So I'm going to ink this guy up here, and I'll stamp him right there, and now it says clean. They're kind of spaced far apart, but you can still read it. It says clean. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave a big thumbs up on it and subscribe. I would love for you to stick around. Let me know if you want to see any more planner videos related to stamping. I am going to do a full plan with me stamping and stencil kind of thing. I just wanted to do a demo here first and talk about my new Studio L2E planner stamps. I love them so much. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Stick around. You can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Peach, and Twitter. All of those names, my handle on all of those is at 516. If you want any of these planner inserts that I featured today, you can find them in my shop. It's 516ets.etsy.com, and I think they go really great with planner stamps. They're really clean and really simple. So I will talk to y'all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.